Welcome all you Titan fodder out there. I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, and I'm coming at you with another chapter review of Attack on Titan. This is chapter 119 titled Big Brother, Little Brother. And it's all about that brotherly love till death do us part. Oh man. What a divisive chapter. I could not put my 2 cents in on this because so much goes down in this chapter that it is utterly ridiculous. So, Zeke is down, just completely dominated. The soldiers are just like, "Oh, we got to get him, get his power as quickly as possible." And they're yelling, don't let Zeke and Eren come into contact. Don't let them use the original Titan's power. It'll be game over. Reiner gets ready to just run up on Eren as quickly as possible as Eren's just dashing towards Zeke, just barreling towards him. And all this time Reiner's just like, "Eren, you're the last person who should have this power." Meanwhile, Eren's looking at Zeke all worried, just like, "Oh no, he was blasted. Is he even still okay? Is he even still alive?" And he doesn't notice when the Jaw Titan Porco runs up on him, biting on his leg, just chomping down and tearing at his thigh. However, Porco just gets decimated as Eren just brings down his hardened hand right on Porco's neck, and then he starts just crushing him, slamming down on him, just really just effing up Porco Gilead right in that moment. When suddenly a shot just rings right out, blasting through Eren yet again. This time around, yep, it's Piek as well as Theo firing on Eren from on high, just dominating. Like, that cannon is no joke. Theo Magath, the best gunman in the Eldian army, ain't no joke. But then in comes Flock with his team, ready to take them down. And Peck's just like, "Yeah, you guys need to give it a rest," as she swings around her cannon, knocking them away. But, it's enough of the distraction in order to keep Theo from firing again on them. Meanwhile, Armin and Mikasa are trying to make their way, to the cart Titan. They're just like, we gotta deal with them first somehow. However, they're also trying their best to dodge gunfire from the various Eldian forces. But thanks to an assist from Connie and John with their thunder spears, they're able to just blow out some of those guys. So they have to work something out. They have to work something out to deal with the Marleyan forces. Meanwhile, Commander Pixis and his forces go running in, trying their best to capture the enemy. But Armin feels that that's not they should be going with Pixis's way of doing battle. Surround the enemy from the rear and take them from there. So, Armin and Pixis have that same kind of mindset. It shows that when Pixis is finally taken down for the count, Armin will be the last strategic mind in all of the walls, in all of Paradise. Meanwhile, Zeke still has that, main character advantage or some bullshit that keeps vibing with him, as he still manages to survive. Because ultimately, all that Theo was able to blast off of Zeke was his lower half, and we've already seen Zeke come back from things that should have been the end of him. So the Beast Titan awakens, is just like, I got shot. And, he starts to awaken. Meanwhile, Reiner is laying into Eren, just mugging him like a kid trying to get that lunch money. Just, "Where's my money, punk? Where's my money, punk?" And Reiner is yelling out to Porco, just get up, dude, get up just a little bit longer. Just keep fighting with what little strength you have left, man. And he tries to reach over for Porco, but we then see that that electric vein, that memory electricity that we see from time to time with certain characters. And you actually start to see the memories of Marcel Gilliard, Porco's brother, and everything that happened during that time. And he thinks back to Reiner. It's just like, Reiner, I'm sorry. The truth is, you weren't supposed to be a chosen warrior. I pulled you in so my brother. I pushed you up while I pulled my brother down, because I didn't want my brother to be in this line of work, in this life. I wanted to protect him in the end. So, Porco ends up, realizing it's just like, oh, that's why. Because all that time he blamed Reiner for everything that happened, but in fact it was Marcel. Marcel is the reason why Porco wasn't chosen around that time. And Porco ends up realizing just how much his brother actually really cared for him and really worried for him. And but then all of a sudden the Beast Titan starts to rise, much to the shock of everyone. And Zeke starts to speak. It's just like, Eren, I'll call the Titans, and he gets ready to scream out. But in this moment, Eren starts to reach out and tries to ask Zeke to wait. He tries to ask Zeke to wait, which is surprising because it clues you in that Eren wasn't ready for this. Eren didn't want this, at least to some degree, at least in my mind. So I start to think that maybe Eren had a plan here. Maybe there was something deeper going on that we just didn't know about. But suddenly, almost out of nowhere, comes Colt and Falco, begging Zeke to stop, begging Zeke not to, let out the war. It's just like, Falco, he's swallowed a bit of your spinal fluid. Please don't use the scream. Colt is like begging Zeke at this moment. Colt is just like, Zeke, I understand, you don't want to, I wanted to obtain it. I wanted to obtain the Beast Titan's power. And and just so I didn't want it, just so my parents wouldn't be sent to paradise or anything, my family. But I understand that I never understood what you were thinking. Yeah, I never understood your betrayal, but I felt that I knew the kind of person you are. The kind of person who would never involve children, kind of, appealing to Zeke's understanding of just like how his parents were, where they kind of almost betrayed their own son over to their cause. So he's appealing to that nature of Zeke, not wanting children to be involved in a fight like this. And it's just like, I'm not saying you should just lay down and die, but I'm asking you to wait until we're out of range. That way my little brother will not be done in. After that you can do whatever you want. Kill each other as much as you want. You can kill Eldians and Marlians to your life's content. Please just leave Falco out of this. So in comes Gabby coming in, doing her best to ride a horse because she's not trained for that kind of thing. And he's just like, okay, Falco, I got a horse. Get on so we can get you out of here. But, Falco's just like, no, Gabby, stay away. And then, Zeke just looking really pained in this moment, just really terrified. It's just like, Colt, I understand your feelings towards your little brother. I get it. And that's why this saddens me to do. And you also see split moment of Porco's face where he's seeing this moment of brotherly love, and it's having this reaction in him. But this is overlaid by the reactions of Falco and Colt to this dread that, oh no, I'm going to lose my little brother. And the Beast Titan lets out this scream as Gabby reaches out to Falco with tears in her eyes, as Colt is holding his brother close, just crying, because he knows what's about to happen. And, because Falco also knows what's about to happen. He's just like, no, brother, you gotta get away. Don't do this. But, because he's about to lose his little brother, his family, Colt doesn't want to be apart from him. He wants to be with his brother right up into the end. As, Falco starts to light up within his brother's arms, we see, what was his name? I think it was Rogue and Neil Doc, lighting up, and Pixis taking one last drink, and he has this last minute peaceful look, like, so this is it, this is how it ends. And we see all across the land as the people's bodies light up, turning into pure titans, much to the surprise of everyone else. These titans come in on the Marleyan forces, just ready to ravage them, consume each and every one of them, because they weren't ready for an attack like this. Meanwhile, Reiner looks on as Falco, in a very goofy looking titan form, pops out. But it's just like, it's goofy, but it's so sad, as Zeke just very solemnly tells Falco to go and consume Reiner, knowing that Reiner won't really do much to fight against Falco. He's using Falco against Reiner at this point, which just shows the depth of, Zeke's own depravity, because that's fucked up, dude. That's a fucked up thing to do. As Reiner starts grappling with Falco, and Reiner's just really taken aback because he really cared for Falco. Meanwhile, Gabby looks on in horror as she sees Colt's mangled, burnt up body with the flesh. It's really so sad. But Reiner manages to pin down both Eren and Falco, and it's just like, I can't handle them at the same time. Eren will get away. Maybe I should just put Falco out of his misery and just end him. But Eren manages to kick off Reiner and tries to escape towards Zeke, but Reiner, the ever just really intense, just manages to grab Eren's leg, keeping him down. Meanwhile, Falco gets up and starts going for the nape of Reiner's neck. And it's just like, oh, I can't believe this. Meanwhile, we also see another shot come off of Piek and Theo from the cannons. And meanwhile, friggin' Flock is just like, oh my god, is everyone else dead? I can't do this alone, Once again, Flock is the only survivor. Got that main character advantage now, bro. It's like, sorry, bro, you can't escape this hell. You're a main character now. As, Theo starts to get ready to take the shot once again at Zeke, ready to put him down in this instance, and they really start to line up the shot. Although it's not so much Zeke they go after, they just make sure he's down. They're ready to go at Eren this time around. It's just like, we don't need your head as long as we have your spinal fluid. Unfortunately, Theo is unable to get off this shot, as out of nowhere comes Armin firing a thunder spear right into their cannon on the cart titan. And as the Marleyan forces get ready to shoot down Armin, Mikasa comes in, managing to take them down. But and Peak Pika is just so mad. It's just like, God damn it, it's already over. You guys are finished. Just lie down and die already. And we end up seeing like the smoke rising out of the Beast Titan as it's pretty much down. It seems that maybe Zeke is completely annihilated. And Reiner starts to think, is it over? Eren can't use the power of the original Titan anymore? We stopped him? Maybe I should just let Falco do it. I can finally rest. Like Reiner and his death wish up in here. Just like, no, I can leave the rest to you, Falco. All I need to do is stop the hardening at my nape and let you bite down. You'll have the power of the Armored Titan. You'll have your life back. You know, I can finally be done. And Reiner just has all this, all this weight lifted off him, and he sees the sobbing Gabby, and it's just like, I can at the very least give you Falco. After all that you've lost, because Gabby's basically lost everyone now. Gabby has no one at this point. As much as people rail and will continue to rail and rage against Gabby, Gabby has no one. No friend. Everyone she loves or cared about is dead at this point. So he's just like, at least I can give her Falco. At least she can have one friend left. And it's just like, okay, the one to inherit the Armored Titan is Falco. But as Reiner makes peace and closes his eyes and is ready for death, Falco stops biting down. And he rises up, and out of the corner of Reiner's eye, he sees a figure. It's Porco. Porco is still alive, and he's just barely. And it's just like, ah, man, I don't have any strength left even to heal my own body. So there's no way I'm just gonna lie down and die for nothing. And Falco goes after Porco. And Reiner's just like, no, not this. But, Porco's just like, I saw my brother's memory. He fooled the army into taking an idiot like you as a warrior just to protect me. But, Porco, ever the really, really mean-spirited one, but, just as a last-minute fuck you to Reiner, it's just like, by doing this, I can prove that in the end, I was always better. As Falco dives and swallows and just chews up Porco, taking him in. And Gabby comes to her senses and it's just like, did Mr. Gilliard do that to save Falco? And Reiner is pissed for losing Falco, to not being allowed to die, to just being pissed off at Eren, tries to go in and strike him, only for Eren to bite down and just harden to lock Reiner into place. And Eren escapes and goes running toward Zeke, who we see is still alive for the most part. And it's just like, Zeke's just like, good, you noticed. I copied the idea from Peak. By pretending to die, it seems things worked out, and I managed to live just a little longer. But Reiner isn't done yet, and he manages to smash out of the hardened Eren. And he tries to reach for Eren to grab him, and man, Reiner looks so ominous, just looming over the running Eren at this point. But before he can grab him, Thunder Spear strikes his hand, blasting it off, and he gets a Thunder Spear right to the head from John and Connie, who managed to save Eren. And as they're dealing with Reiner, Eren continues to run to Zeke to try to grab him, to use the power of the Founding Titan. But before Eren can get there, out of the corner out of his eye, he sees Gabby with Colt's rifle. And before anyone can react, before anyone can even think, as, Armin and Mikasa are still dealing with Pick as the Cart Titan. No one can be there to help Aaron at this point, and Gabby gets a shot off, blowing Aaron's head clean off. Just boom, just bam, his head's gone. Just flying off his body. Always Aaron had a good head on his shoulders. Oh my god, what a way to end a chapter. Insane. Such insanity. Just, oh my god. That is so wild. So just, oh man. Now this chapter has people making jokes like, man, Aaron, don't go losing your head as always, bro. just don't go flying out the handles, man. With people saying, Zeke can still make the save, he can at least catch Aaron's head. Other people are just like at a loss for where we'll go from here on out, just because it's just like, well, what now? Aaron lost his head, where do we go from here? And others are so pissed at Gabby. It's just like, that's why they should have killed this girl to begin with, and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, no, Gabby was more than with Sasha, because people continue to forget, like, with what the hell Aaron pulled. With what Aaron pulled, I still cannot fully be mad at Gabby for what she did. She shot the first person she saw, and that happened to be Sasha. As sad as it was, they came to her town. They killed her friend. She's overly malicious and overly zealot to the point where she wanted to kill the little girl and all that. But, I am not even surprised, because they reaffirmed her own biases. They came to her home, killed her friends and family. And so she got revenge in as many ways as possible. She saw no one as an innocent. And as Gabby finally started to come around, finally started to, stop raging against others' people, Falco was lost, Colt died. So she got back in the only way she saw possible, and that was taking out the monster Aaron. There's no scruples for anything with Gabby. She took him out. She took out someone from, not just as payback to Zeke for taking away Falco and Colt, but as payback to Aaron for the decimation he caused. Two of her friends died in his onslaught. And people are just like, oh, how dare she? She killed Sasha. She killed Aaron. How dare she? I'm just like, damn well she should. I'm not so blinded by some love for Aaron not to just understand that, no, she's fully in her right to do this. She's fully in her right to do this. This would have never happened had Aaron not started the shit that he did. At this point, the only person whose side I am fully, truly on is Armins. Because from jump, he's been wanting to have a dialogue with people. He's been wanting to settle this peacefully. He's been trying his damnness to diffuse as many situations as possible, and we have seen time and time again that Armin has good judgment making abilities. He knows that Aaron is up to something, but the way he is going about it is getting people killed. Aaron might be reacting to past memories because, even if you watch the previous anime, the other Aaron, the owl, had memories of saving Armin and Mikasa. Maybe this time we could save Armin and Mikasa. What were those memories? What was that reasoning? Maybe there is a time loop and things have gone so off the rails But this is all in an effort to save Armin and Mikasa, what Eren said. But there's no way of really knowing this. There's no way of telling where this is all leading to, what Eren has been up to, because like Connie is pissed because Eren's decisions were the ones that got Sasha killed. Not just some little girl with a gun. It was Eren's decisions that did this. I'm sorry, but I do not hate Gabby. I don't care too much for her character, no, but I don't hate her because everything she's done has been a reaction and a direct result of the choices that Eren has made. These are consequences of Eren's decisions, and I will in no way back down on that thought pattern. Eren brought this upon his friends and family. Eren did this, and the end goal better damn well make this all worth it. It damn well better have been worth all the hell you've brought upon these people. Tell me your thoughts and feelings in the comment section below. Who do you feel was in the right? Who do you feel was in the wrong? Who do you think will die next? Do you think Eren is truly dead? Or do you think he just needs to get ahead in life? Like a one-up. In most video games where the head is like the extra life, maybe his dismembered body will grab it. It's just like one-up. Extra life. Just... Falco's been saved, but for how long? Now he has 13 years left to live. Let's see if he'll make the best of it. It's just like Gabby is just as aggravated, horrified, and as just bloodthirsty as Eren was when he was younger. So I'm just not feeling that hate towards her. I understand why people feel that hate. I'm just not feeling it myself. But definitely tell me your thoughts and theories in the comment section below. If you liked this video, leave me a like. If you didn't, feel free to leave me a dislike. And tell me what I did wrong or in the comment section below so I might better myself for future videos. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. That way you never miss out on another Attack on Titan chapter review whenever I manage to bring one out again. I'm behind as all hell, so... if you like this, more power to you. And if you want to find me on social media, just Google Duuz-Diz-Din. I'm everywhere for better, but usually for worse, if I ever post anything. And until the next video, just remember that, well, Porco felt the brotherly love from his brother, Marcel. Reiner cared about Falco like a little brother. Colt died in an effort to save his brother. Zeke and Eren had this brotherly bond that I still don't understand to this day. Do you have a sibling? When was the last time you spoke to them? Just told them you loved them. Because you never know when you might not ever see them again. Never hesitate to tell family how you feel. The world is wild and unpredictable. I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, and I think it's time for bed. Bye-bye.